Okay, so I was looking at some other YouTube channels because I was searching for Zachary K Hubbard, and I was reading some of these other comments on this video about whether or not they're sellouts or working for a higher power or something like that. And you know, no one really mentioned the marketing aspect of it. They're just saying that they're sellouts. Just because you're good at marketing, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're a sellout. Okay, it's really hard to explain what a sellout is. I mean, a sellout is somebody like a person that has 100,000 subscribers. Okay, I wouldn't consider that a person like that a sellout. Okay, because once you start getting more subscribers, like for instance, I'm going to go into advertising and things like that and comparisons with Richie from Boston and Zachary K Hubbard and some of these other YouTubers that have way more subscribers, but it has more to do with that, the good marketing aspect of it. Because you could have 100,000 subscribers, that doesn't mean that you're a sellout. Okay, it takes a lot of work to get that many subscribers in the first place. But see, what I'm trying to explain is, like for instance, this guy Richie from Boston, he has 100,000 subscribers. Okay, and I don't look at a lot of his videos, but I noticed one video where a lot of people in the comment section were saying he could possibly be a sellout because he has 100,000 subscribers and Zach got deleted because he had 50,000. So his information might be more valuable. I mean, they're both basically putting out the same information. The only difference is Zach is just behind a computer screen, breaking down this number code, whereas this guy is doing a variety of videos showing different images. Okay, so I mean, it makes no sense. He's just showing different. I mean, I think some of the images that he keeps replaying in his videos, that's kind of makes you question like these satanic symbols and stuff like that. But I don't want to get into any of that. I want to get into the marketing aspect of it, because when you're a good marketer, more people are going to subscribe to you. That has to do with anything. You could be doing a prank channel, okay? If you have good marketing, more people will subscribe, and that's just the fact of it. This guy Richie from Boston, he's just a better marketer, hands down. And I can't say he's a seller. Like for instance, InfoWars Alex Jones, he's got 2 million subscribers. Once you start reaching that plateau of 2 million, then you can go into questioning, the authenticity of that person, okay? Because then you start getting sponsors and stuff like that. There's more opportunities that ultimately would consider you a sellout, if you want to call it a sellout. But I think that word sellout has been thrown around way too much, especially in the comment section. Some of these people, I mean, it's just paranoid. A lot of these people are just paranoid about certain things. And yeah, I just don't understand that. So I'm going to go into that marketing aspect of it right now. Okay, so like I was saying, the marketing aspect of it, okay? I got the idea from this video, YouTube suddenly deleting channels. Richie from Boston, he mentioned how, okay, they deleted Zach's channel. He referred to Zach, because he's raising that fund. So he's referring to him. He didn't mention his name in this video, but I know he's referring to him in this video because he said at the very end of the video how he's raising that money. Started to write a book and stuff like that. So obviously Zach was doing that, but he mentioned how other channels were getting deleted. Yeah, of course. I mean, it's only common sense that YouTube would delete channels that are obsolete, that are not putting out any content. If I was running something, I would be deleting channels that were, weren't driving any traffic. I mean, there's no point in having channels that aren't uploading content. Okay, so there's nothing that you should be suspicious about with that type of situation. Okay, so this was a pretty good video, and I was reading some of the comments And like I was explaining earlier in the video, okay, so the way YouTube works, he said that they won't delete a channel, okay, because there's a lot of legal action and stuff like that, which is true. But the way YouTube works, the algorithm they use to promote videos, okay, they base it off of related videos, okay? So if you're making videos according to other channels that have way more subscribers than you do, or more fan base popularity, if you're making YouTube videos according to them but putting your own spin on it, obviously you're going to get more views and more subscribers. That's how YouTube works. That's how their algorithm works, okay? There's been a lot of debate, but that's how I've seen the most success of getting more traffic, okay? Because I'm going to be honest, all right? Most of the videos I put out are sports-related videos, okay? Now, I got most of my traffic on my channel from one of Zach's videos that he put out about the Houston Rockets, okay? Because I put out that video, because I do sports videos. I put out my video almost identically the same time as Zach put his video out, okay? Betting the NBA rigged or whatever it was. NBA rigged. I was talking about the how Kawhi Leonard injury, affected the betting line. He put out a similar video to me. He was breaking it down with gematria, and immediately, my video got so much traffic from his video. Okay, so that's how YouTube works. I got most of my traffic from Zach, okay, from just that video alone, all right, because I was putting out my sports information and I had a different, I was talking about it a little bit differently than he was. So obviously that's how YouTube is going to rank the videos in their algorithm, and because more people will see them, and that's why, that's how you get traffic, okay? So the reason why Zach wasn't getting so much traffic, it's because he wasn't a good marketer. That's plain and simple. If you notice, Richie from Boston, at the end of his videos, he'll advertise some of his other videos, that he's made. He was not monetizing them, but like he was putting transitions at the end of the videos. He was putting, like the play cards, like advertising his channel. He's got the little logo here, which my channel has that as well. So obviously you're going to get more subscribers that way. And Zach, he didn't do that, okay? So that's why, he wasn't getting the traffic that he deserved. He could have gotten more traffic if he was advertising better, just marketing his stuff better. And see, that's just the difference, okay? I know a lot of people, might have a little bit of mixed reactions, mixed opinions, because that takes away the fact that, YouTube purposely deleted Zach's channel, okay? That completely disregards it and makes it look like he deleted it himself, okay? And, like I said, whatever side you want to believe, I can't really 100% say whether he deleted it himself or they deleted it, okay? But just from personal experience, from the marketing aspect of things, okay, that's how channels get popular, okay? By just marketing, better marketing. And you got to admit, Richie from Boston, okay, obviously InfoWars, Alex Jones, they got better marketing. So obviously they're going to get more traffic, okay? And that's how, like, I'm relating even to, like, for instance, prank channels, okay? That's a really good example, because I've seen prank channels repeatedly copy one another from other videos, and they just get swarms of videos, swarms of subscribers. Same thing with rap videos, like people that are putting out cover songs, okay? Same exact concept, it's just a different topic, okay? Those are the types of things that are really popular on YouTube right now. That's why those get the most traffic overall. But, if you're targeting one certain niche, and you're relating your videos to other channels that are talking about the same things you are, but putting your own spin on it, especially people that have way more subscribers than you, obviously you're going to get more traffic on your channel, okay? And I think the reason why Zach wasn't, like I mentioned, he wasn't getting, you know, a lot of traffic is because he was putting out more original content, okay? See, that's the thing. If you're putting out content similar to other people and they have a bigger fan base, like I said, you're going to get more traffic. But if you're putting out original content, you know, people aren't searching for those things. So it's going to take a lot longer for you to develop a fan base until people start knowing who you are, okay? Because they already know who those other people are. So it's going to take a long time for you to get recognized if you're putting out original content. That's why they say you have to fake it till you make it. You know, that I don't like to throw that term around, but you know, whether or not he was putting out real content or not, that's a different story. But like a lot of people use that term, you know, a lot of people just copy one another, you know. That's probably why my channel hasn't blown up like it, you know, because I put mostly sports videos out, and then I talk about betting topics and stuff like that, which, you know, obviously gambling is illegal, okay, except for in Vegas, okay? So not a lot of people talk about, you know, gambling or sports betting, but, you know, there is a select few, a group out there. So when you look at this video here, betting NBA rigged Houston Spurs, like I said, Zach put out a similar video, and, you know, most of the traffic from his website, from his channel, came to my channel, okay? Because he had way more subscribers than me at the time, okay? So that's just how it works. You're going to get suggested in this area right here in the suggested videos. Most of the people saw my video from this area or from the main, you know, the homepage, okay? Because it's going to be suggested right here or at the end of the video for recommended videos, okay? So that's how marketing works. And you know, it's unfortunate the situation that happened with Zach, you know, whether he's doing it for a good cause. You know, a lot of people are saying that he's not doing it for a good cause. You know, I don't want to talk about any of that. You know, I really don't care. I hope he was doing it for a good cause, but you know, whether or not he got his channel deleted, you know, it's kind of hard to believe that, because I haven't really heard of too many channels getting deleted. And then obviously to raise all that money and stuff, that's kind of suspicious. But you know, you guys could believe whatever you want to believe. Just go ahead and leave a comment in the bottom comment section. Tell me what you think, and I'll be back with some more videos. So comment, rate, and subscribe. Thanks for sharing my videos, and I'll see you then.